Again, 968-6222, or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. So headed into the break,
Yep.
I talked about something I saw on our team
Okay.
that is going to get me to the second game
Against Miami.
against Miami.
Okay.
You saw it, we all saw it, but this time I wanted to take some time on this one.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do that.
So what I'm talking about, Steve, is the Coach Kelsey Boubacar Traore incident.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So this is what I did. I saw that. Then I watched their interaction, right? You see him on the sideline, you see him kind of storm past him, he's getting on him, right? So then I go back to the play. I go back to the previous play on the offensive end. I didn't see anything. I go back to the next play. I see an animated Coach Kelsey, but it's still that's not it. So I went back about 4 possessions, right? I'm gonna tell you what the possession was that got it
Okay.
going. Okay. The minute the ball came across half court, I noticed that like it was way okay, put it this way. You know how the action hadn't really even started, but they obviously made the call and Kelsey was calling it from the sideline what was coming. So they were initiating a play where there ends up being a cross screen to get it to Glenn Kidd. Okay.
Okay.
Starts out on this possession. Kenai Ruth is kind of denying his man. But, I kind of look, I paused for a second. And I kind of barked at Kenai Ruth for a second. I'm like, hey, if your job is to deny, you deny it. You don't play enough to jog. And this is me being just tight and spicy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just when you're looking at just detailed film. Hey, like that's the extra effort you give right there that Javon Hadley gives, that Terrence Edwards gives. That's a spot where you can push him out 6 more feet. Stuff like that. So anyway, Kenai Roos man gets the ball. He passes it. Coach Kelsey is really animated, and he's on Boubacar, and Boubacar's down there by himself with the big kid, but he's away from the ball side, right? But Kelsey knows what's coming. It's obvious we've talked about this in practice. This is what's coming. You remember how yesterday you were excited about Traore just really, bowing his back up against the big kid, right?
Yep.
So a cross screen is coming. You can tell they've been going over this cross screen action. Do you remember the play where Kenai Roots is guarding Kid and Kid spins baseline
Mm-hmm.
and just gets to the back? I don't even know if he scored the bucket. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he scored the bucket, but he just bullied Kenai on that play.
Yep.
Just bullied him, pushed him out the way. It was like you could tell it's in our scouting report. Get off of Glenn so you don't get screened. And we don't want Kenai Roots guarding. Like you could just see it. You could see it developing. So then guy scores. Then they come down again. Something happens. And here's the thing. I kept on rewinding because I wanted to see everybody like Kanai, to see Kanai, the way he went to Traore and was like, "Yeah, you were supposed to do this." He wasn't blaming him, but he was like, "Hey, you gotta remember, to get that switch." You know how you gotta communicate with somebody in an intense moment, but you gotta make sure it's said. But you don't.
Absolutely.
But you could tell
Absolutely.
Traore was frustrated, right?
Yeah.
And then that feeling, Steve, when the buzzer goes off and everybody looks up at the bench, and I can see Kenai Roos kind of look around somebody to see who's going to get in trouble, because we know he's probably about to get in trouble for that one. You know what I'm saying? Like we know Kelsey, and you could tell it was a sticking point.
Yeah.
So now I'm watching kind of everybody's eyeballs, and now Traore's on his way to the bench, and then Kelsey just he's on him, right? He's on him. And he just keeps on. He doesn't even break stride. Like how frustrated did he look just walking past Kelsey?
Oh yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
and
I
he
mean, because
Go ahead.
It wasn't a blow by, but it was like I'm aggravated.
Yes.
Yeah. But I didn't think it was disrespectful.
Right,
Like
right. Just it was
get off me.
yeah, it was high emotion, high
Yeah.
high tension, right?
Yes.
And so he goes to the bench, whatever happens, then like 2 plays later, the camera just kind of happens to be on them. And the way Chucky Hepburn has his arm, there's somebody in between. It's like a coach, I believe, in between Chucky and Bubakar, right?
Hmm.
And Chucky's like having the full conversation in his ear, like back to what he said, GBT, that great basketball talk.
Yep.
You
Yep.
could see it. You could see it. Like, no, you stay right here with us. Like, you don't get into your own. Like, it looked okay. He could have been talking basketball switching, but that looked like he was like, get out of your emotion right now. We have a goal. I understand why you didn't switch or why you're supposed to switch or you forgot you were supposed to switch. Like you could see he was like he had like all the way arm around him. And he was like, you're having, and then to watch Kelsey go right down there, right in front of him and get, and just they pulled each other out of an ego driven high intensity moment in 35 seconds maybe.
Yeah.
Because you would have lost Traore, and I'm not like losing like quit, but just like it's not about the game. It's about coach hating on me or coaches, you know what I'm saying? Like
Sure.
just whatever the emotion of an athlete when he disagrees with what happened during that play, and you're out of the game. Like when you were talking about the seniors, Chucky Hepburn, you only have a couple of games left to finalize your career. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and in heated moments like that, I mean, it happens all the time, man.
Mm,
Where you're just. I love that analogy there because you're able to pull up. I mean, how many times in a game, you as a coach or something, if you're yelling at somebody and they go to talk back, and you just something as simple as like, "Hey, shut up,"
hmm
and it's like as a player, you're kind of like, "Dang,
Yeah, yeah. You
like,
or you take it personal. Like
yeah,
you
like
would never
okay,
tell Rain to shut up like that.
yeah,
All it
yeah,"
takes is
and
that a simple thought like that. You
100%.
would never tell James Scott shut up. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
Because like
yep,
yeah, first of all, James Scott doesn't talk back. Second of all,
yeah.
son, you're not James Scott. So
No, well,
yeah,
yeah, no, you're not.
yeah, I'm joking about that part, but that's all it takes to disconnect. Yeah, that's a better
Absolutely.
word. To disconnect from the mission.
Hmm.
And like I said, not that he's gonna go, acting up or something like that, but you just doing everything to make sure we win this possession
Yep.
is a hard, it's a talent and a focus that's tough. And I
Well,
and
and on a team that the margin for error
yes,
isn't there.
yes,
We just don't have that, man.
roster wise, depth, yeah, depth wise, just you have to be so connected, like in our style of play. And I'm telling you, I watched Chucky and the coach. It's kind of like the metaphorical smack and get and focus,
Sure.
but he did it with loving. It was like done with loving hands. We're gonna bite, but we're gonna keep you right here focused on this. We covered that. You screwed it up, but what I don't want you getting into your emotional,
Hmm.
distancing from the team. You sit right here, you sit right in the middle, you stay involved. And Chucky, you make sure you keep his head into it. I'm gonna let you cool off for 30 seconds. I'm gonna come back down here. We're good, we're good, we're good. You're going back in. Let's go.
Yeah.
And it died right there. It just
Yeah.
yeah, any emotion, any ego. Then you come out and Traore's like going vertical,
Yeah.
going vertical 20 feet to get rebounds.
But you're so right, man. And it's such a watching a basketball. I wish everybody could sit behind a bench or close to one and watch the games within the game. of just how, I mean, just how much. And basketball, probably even more so than football, because football, these conversations happen, but they get lost. They're in a crowd. We're over there in the huddle, and the coach might just be completely undressing me,
Mm.
but nobody really sees it. It's a little more intimate. Like, we're here. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, we have this
or you move,
protection
yeah, you move past it before you even realize what just happened here.
because there's so much going on. Like, basketball is so much more. There's one bench right here. We're here. There's a little more of that disrespect because this is man to man, no pads, no nothing. We're looking each other right in the face. This is okay. And just the intensity of, okay, this guy just got aggravated. We got to get him back together.
Ooh.
Let's figure that out. Let's get him back in. All the while, don't want, and it's such a, it's the little things that go even beyond. And going back to
It's
what I
the
said,
corny stuff, Steve. It's the
oh, yeah,
corny stuff that holds you together
absolutely.
in that situation.
It's why you and I got so aggravated when it was like made fun of the time when they were like, yeah, they love each other. I think it was even Satterfield that said it. And I remember when they just laughed and laughed and laughed at us, how funny it was that Satterfield said this. No, they love each other. We love them. We try to love on them. And I'm like, yeah, that keeps your team together.
Hmm.
like, like
I see. Yeah, like I said, I saw it in that Traore big time, and
yeah,
and and
it's
I
a big
love
moment.
seeing. You said what?
Mm. It's a big moment. It's a big moment.
The horn reactions too, like that is like the best PTSD moments. Like you know how sick you have to be, Steve, to just slow motion watching people's reaction to the substitution
Yeah.
horn going off
Mm-hmm.
and see
Mm-hmm.
who drops their chin, who doesn't, who
Yeah.
feel who because you can see what they're saying. If you just look at it, you can see what they're saying to themselves. You can tell if they think this is a good decision for the team, because we like, so nobody wants to come out the game. Some of those guys, when it's time to come out, they don't bat an eyelash. You know what I'm saying? Like, if
Sure.
coach is bringing me out right here, he's doing it for the good of the team.
Yeah, it's
He
easy to
see.
do when you're playing six guys, too.
You said what?
Hey, so it's easy to do when you're playing six guys, too. Yeah, I'm going back in.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, I
You want to
know.
put Spencer in, coach? You want
I
to put me
I
in?
know my time on this bench is going to be
Oh,
limited.
Aiden, why don't you go in? Oh, no, you want me to go back in? All right. That's what I thought. Pull me out again.
Listen, Steve. In there's no time in his. I'm just going to say this out loud, and you're just going to enjoy the moment. The worst substitution in the history of Louisville basketball. What was the worst basketball substitution you've ever seen in your
The worst substitution.
life? You're gonna be so mad that you don't say it.
Oh my gosh! What about? What is it? What is it?
Listen and tell me if you'll agree with this.
It's gonna make me sick. I'm gonna tell you. Yep.
The worst substitution in the history of all time in basketball life. I see you got it on YouTube. CH said it. Made for the Ville on the YouTube channel, by the way, if people don't know. Jordan Wara.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Jordan Wara was the worst substitution in the history. Please explain to people why that was the
What?
worst.
Okay. Rumor had it that Jordan may have had a little fun. Anyways, point being, he got suspended. Okay. For an indefinite amount of time.
He was suspended indefinitely.
So we started. Who was it? Chris Mack started somebody in his place.
Mm-hmm.
We went down 6-0. In a minute 30 in the game, here comes Jordan.
That was the worst suspension in the history of all time. But it was the most real. It was the most emotionally correct slash or
Yeah.
no emotionally practical or something. I don't know the word I want to use, but you get the point.
Let's get serious for a second, though, Marcus. You lost that game, and you lost the next game. That wasn't a good decision.
That was a terrible decision
because you do lose a little team respect when you do stuff like. And I loved Coach Mack.
Right.
I'm so reformed, but I think you lose a little team respect when you do that.
Do you know what they were thinking on the bench? Do you know how much they're still laughing?
I know what I would be thinking.
Yeah, they're still.
You better try to get on me for something. I wish you would. After we know what he just did, and it wasn't nothing like crazy nefarious or whatever, but you just called him out in front of everybody, and you just threw him right back in the game. Like, you imagine Steve Enoch coming back over there, like, oh, Steve, we're gonna have to suspend you. Yeah, I wish you would.
And nothing had to be said about it, because here's the thing: he called. Look, he went, Jordan, get in there. And everybody on the team looked at each other. Like, I don't know this to be a fact. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
If I'm on that bench, I know everybody on that bench looked at each other and tapped you. Listen, somebody like grabbed one of the other players and pinched him just to keep from saying something out loud. They was probably like, oh, look at this. Coach Adams suspended for 90 seconds, y'all.
Yep. And the other problem is, Jordan looked down the bench and smirked probably. Like,
as he look, you know what he did? And listen, he didn't really do this, but just for sake of visual, as soon as he called Jordan's name, Jordan started taking off his clothes and he threw his warm up in the Dino Gardio's lap.
There you go.
Here, fold up my warm up while I go save this team.
Yeah, let me stretch. But like I said, man, that was a 2-game losing streak. They lost that. It was them. It was Clemson and Georgia Tech back to back on the road.
It was the late season swoon.
Yep. And it's like, you look at that stuff and you go,
Yeah, no, you're right. The point is, I brought up this whole conversation about Traore because of what I saw, like how important it was to like I said, that was 4 plays before is when the incident started. You know what I'm saying? And it just won. But here's the thing. When we talk about our defense and the attention to detail on the defense, the play. And that was just to not. Here's the thing. You didn't put Kenai Roos in like a terrible outmatched. It wasn't like you just left him out there with Shaq, but we know the matchup is. Man. We said what?
No, it's a small room for error, though.
Yeah, we know every point counts. We know that matchup. We switch a lot of stuff. That's not a good matchup for us. It's going to be a foul.
Can you imagine being in the NCAA tournament, Marcus? You're down 1. Rain Smith hits a 3 to put you up 2. You're like, oh, my gosh. And then you miss that screen. Boom, they get a bucket, tie it back up.
No, it's Tobiah. It's Tobiah. Tobiah, I love you.
Don't get personal.
I love you, Tobiah. You were supposed to switch out on Richie Fromm. Went over it over and over and over again. It's a double screen. Top man switches out. I take the bottom. Watch the slip. That's you. Now we go to a commercial break, please.
Hey.
You gotta dunk that.
Hey, speaking of some things, though, I do want to say when we come back, I just want to tease really quick. The word hero gets thrown around a lot. There was a hero this morning who did a feat that not many people could do. And I want to talk about it when we come back.
Fair enough. I'm intrigued. 93.9 The Ville.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime win, breakaway, pick six, three-point shot, underdog win, buzzer beater, shootout, walk-off, and absolutely every play in between is amazing. From football to basketball and hockey to baseball, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 18 plus only. Must be physically located in Kentucky.
Hey, Card fans, Attorney Sam Aguiar here, proud partner of U of L Athletics and ESPN Radio Louisville. Car wrecks can be a nightmare, and insurance companies are just going to make it worse. But when you're part of our team, we take care of those hassles so you can focus on getting better. We've helped thousands of Card fans get life-changing results on their claims, and it would be an honor to work for you too. So if you've been hurting a car, give us a call at 502-888-8888 or check us out online at demandsam.com. And go Cards!
We are right in the heart of winter, so it's time to ask yourself if your heating system can make it to spring. So if you have any issue with your heat, or if you know it's time for a new system, then you need to call DFH Company today. Now until January 31st, when you buy a complete Train system, receive 18-month special financing. It's hard to stop a Train, so call DFH Company today at 968-6222, or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. Subject to credit approval.
Men, this is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. The one you love is the light of your life. And if you're like most of us, you want to do whatever you can to nurture your relationship. But if you're suffering with erectile dysfunction, you know the impacts the condition is likely having on you and your partner. ED is a relationship destroyer. It can contribute to depression, distancing, conflicts, and even breakups and divorce. And what's so disturbing about this is that most men who suffer with ED can be successfully treated, but a lot of guys don't seek treatment when they should. At Tri-State Men's Health, we have protocols that are effective in well over 90% of cases. In fact, if you're like most guys, you could be having great sex within a day or two of your first appointment, and maybe find you're performing like you haven't in a long time. So call Tri-State Men's Health today. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the tri-state area to serve you.
Looking for the perfect place to kick back, relax, and catch the Cards, Cats, or Hoosiers? 1020 Brewery has you covered. With their fun, laid-back atmosphere, it's like a sports bar without the sports bar feel. Grab a pint of their refreshing 1020 light beer, dig into their amazing food, and enjoy the games on our multiple big screen TVs with friends. And with college basketball hitting its peak, there's no better place to catch all the action of the conference tournaments and NCAA matchups. So, grab your crew and come visit 1020 Brewery in Butchertown or Clarksville, the best place to cheer, chill, and enjoy the game. 1020 Brewery. Great beer, great food, great vibes. Come visit us.
Looking to elevate your space? KPG Glass has you covered. From custom showers and bathroom glass to windows, doors, and unique custom etching and even printed glass, KPG brings your vision to life. Need something bigger? KPG specializes in large commercial construction and renovation. KPG delivered stunning custom glasswork to the Keeber Center and the baseball team's locker room renovation. Look up their portfolio on kpgglass.com. That's kpgglass.com.
Looking for new flooring to increase your home value? Hi, I'm Doug Corfage with Corfage Floor Covering. We'll come to your home with samples and give you advice and suggestions on a product that fits your needs and budget. Call me on my cell phone, 643-6111. I don't want you to be okay with your floor. I want you to love it.
This is Russ Smith, Mr. and Mrs. Bourbon Company, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville.
This is Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Nick Valvano, the Sports Center update brought to you by the Sam Aguiar Injury Lawyers. Hurt in a car, call Sam Aguiar. Louisville has landed a commitment from 6'11" German forward Sananda Fru for Jeff Goodwin and the field of 68. The 21-year-old has started 17 games for Lowen Braunschweig this season, averaging 12 points per game, 5 boards, and 1.3 blocks, all while shooting 75% from the field. Tomorrow, U of L basketball taking on NC State on the road. Will the Cards have James Scott and Chucky Hepburn is the question. Hepburn didn't play against Miami, and Scott left with a mouth injury. Coach Kelsey, during his coach's show last night, gave an update.
James going to play. So, he's funny. I mean, Chucky's devastated that he couldn't play the other day, and pulled muscles, stuff like that. They just take a little bit of time. Katie Kresnick, our director of sports medicine, has been working around the clock with him, and he's progressing nicely. But I don't really have an update today. He's still, day to day. And then James is going to play.
Tip-off tomorrow, 7 o'clock. Coverage will start at 5:30 right here on 93.9 The Bill. U of L women's hoops, they're taking on number 23 Florida State on the road Thursday at 6. That game can be heard here on 93.9 The Bill as well. I'm Nick Valvano. This is SportsCenter.
Main Street is calling your name. Down One Bourbon Bar is ready to be your lunchtime or happy hour destination. Located right next to the KFC Yum Center and one of the hottest spots on the Urban Bourbon Trip, Down One is the perfect place to kick back before the big game or concert. We're here to prove that what tacos can't cure, whiskey will.
Looking for the most romantic gift for the one you love this Valentine's? At Genesis Diamonds, celebrating love is what we do. Hi, this is Eddie Admoni, VP at Genesis. Maybe it's a simple pendant, or maybe it's an exquisite one-of-a-kind designer ring. Genesis can help you pick out the most memorable and special piece of jewelry. And to make it even sweeter, now till Valentine's, whether you spend $399 or $399,000, Genesis will give you a box of chocolates, a dozen roses from Louisville's best, Lloyd's Florist, and a dinner certificate for her meal from the premier French restaurant Brasserie Provence. So join us at Genesis Diamonds, see our spectacular collections of rings, earrings, pendants, bands, bracelets, and Swiss timepieces. Let our non-commissioned experts help you find the perfect gift that will warm their hearts and for years to come be a symbol of your love. Happy Valentine's Day from Genesis Diamonds, Shelbyville Road Plaza, limited quantity, see store for details.
Hey, it's Bob Valvano. Let me tell you about my fantastic experience with Ken J. Beener & Son HVAC, your trusted independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer. Just recently, they installed the new HVAC unit in my home, and I couldn't be happier. From start to finish, their team's professional, knowledgeable, and made the whole process literally a breeze. Thanks to Ken J. Beener & Son, my home is comfortable year-round. For top-quality HVAC service, I highly recommend them, so call Ken J. Beener & Son today. Feel the difference with American Standard.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime win, breakaway, pick six, three-point shot, underdog win, buzzer beater, shootout, walk-off, and absolutely every play in between is amazing. From football to basketball and hockey to baseball, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 18 plus only. Must be physically located in Kentucky.
Diamondback, the official broadcast partner of all U of L athletics. WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville. Powered by Sam Aguiar Injury Lawyers. Hurt in a car? Call Sam Aguiar.
Marcus,
I'm listening.
from the Webster's Dictionary, the word hero is a noun. a person who is admired for courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities.
Oh.
I think this is one of those moments.
I mean, that's
a lot of people.
Do we need some hero music? I'll get some hero music.
Maybe for
Nice.
this moment. Maybe
Can you give us any kind of idea?
Okay, or we'll do Paul Rogers, a hero. I'm with you.
That
there.
qualifies.
Okay. Hey, we're on the same page here. Yeah. We can do Paul Rogers. But moments like this, I don't like to let go without some great.
Listen. Coach Kelsey always says it. He went up in the stands. Why? Because his saying is never delay gratitude.
That's great. Dude. That's perfect. And this morning, something happened that should be talked about for years to come. Because this morning, right in your city, folks, you had no idea what was going on while you were just getting up, making breakfast, doing whatever, driving to work, just getting on with your normal day, right? You had no idea that there was a man in Louisville, Kentucky that was late to work because he dug himself out of this treacherous slush. But it took everything he had. And gosh dang it, I want to acknowledge the hero in our midst right now, Nick Valvano, for getting his car out of the slush that is outside.
The treacherous.
And sending a text to Chase that said, I just dug myself out of the snow. Like, someone that would send that so matter of factly.
Maybe there's something, Steve, when I was in Lebanon, Steve, the beach was nice. And if you drive about 15 miles inland, it goes straight up vertical, like mountainous regions, right? And it was amazing how 10, 15 miles apart, it's like a different weather system. Now, I'm sure Nick's weather system is much different. I mean, it's only like a mile and a half to the studio, but I'm sure the weather system where Nick Valvano's car was had to be in like a different topographical the topography of where Nick lives, that's a mile and a half from the studio, where he had to dig his car out of the snow.
I probably shouldn't have used that as a verb. I just was saying, hey, I'm running late. I'm getting my car out of the snow. Like I just had to, it took like an extra second. I was already running late, and just to dust all the snow off and get my windshield wipers, which were stuck, like it took me an extra minute. But so maybe I embellished a little bit. Sorry. I didn't know that's where we were going with this. I thought there was a genuine hero. I got excited.
You are the hero. What do you mean, Nikki?
I am not the hero.
Take a bow.
This is your moment.
I hate you guys. I actually came on the air and I was like, I missed you guys. I've been gone. I've been in New York the past couple days. I genuinely missed you guys. And now I realize that, yeah, maybe that was misguided.
Oh, man.
Listen.
So you are at least just so we clean our palates. You didn't dig yourself out of the snow.
No, I was cleaning I should have said, hey, I'm running late. I'm cleaning the car off my snow. I'll be in 5 minutes. So nobody thought that I was stuck in the snow. I will say this. I don't know what it is about this turn in our neighborhood. I did skid a little bit, but nothing crazy. It's just one little corner always gets a ton of ice and a ton of snow on it. And I actually was like, oh wow, the roads are totally fine this morning, except this little turn. And it's just crazy. It's, you know, I don't know what it is about this turn, but it always just makes the weather worse than it seems. But that was it. It took me an extra minute to dust the ice off my car and get my windshield wiper. I didn't unstick my windshield wipers, so they were a little sticky. But besides that, it took an extra minute, and I was fine. I should have just said that. I'm running late, boys. Dusting the snow off my car. Don't think that I'm stuck or anything like that. I'll be there in 5. That's what I should have said.
The cuss word laden rant that come out of Marcus Maven's mouth when Chase goes, Nick said he just dug his car out of the snow. He's gonna be late.
I will say this. I was worried when I looked at the clock and I was like, oh geez, I'm running late. And then I was like, oh God, the snow's gonna be terrible. I'm gonna have to dig my car out. So I sent that text message before I went outside. So I was afraid because I looked outside, I saw snow, and I was like, oh God, I'm already gonna be running late. And then I looked and I was like, oh, the snow's not that bad. So I should have just said, yeah, sorry, just running late. Like, my bad. That was a preemptive, I'm running late and the snow is already going to make me even more later. And then I went outside and it was not bad at all. So, yeah.
Steve.
But I did have that. There was a tiny little bit. My spidey sense tingled. I was like, I bet someone's going to make fun of me for this text message. But whatever. I'll get in there. And maybe, everyone will just let it go. But
if Chase would have started the show at that time after he said what he said about Nikki's message, I promise you, Diener was going to have to suspend me. He was going to have to reprimand me. I was going to force Diener to have me. I was going to have to
fire me.
I was going to have to take one of those like training, like human resources training videos as part of my discipline for saying that.
Phil talking about bad language.
Yeah. Does Phil Baker listen? If we have an HR video, actually, we need an HR video. We need an instruction manual. Like we need
one just for fun.
We need a buffer so you don't have to go straight from trouble to suspension. Like put a nice soft buffer because we've all probably said something that we shouldn't say. Well, I say I have, and I would like to get in trouble by having to review Phil's HR video. Eat popcorn.
That could be hilarious. That would be. I think we should make one and post it. That would be actually really funny for the ESPN Louisville Plus. And I mean, we have the 20-second delay, so as long as you don't go above 20 seconds.
I need more than 20 seconds.
Yeah, he said 37 cuss words in a minute 40. So
wow. Okay, yeah, I don't think the delay would have covered that. That might have been an FCC fine.
Nick, I will say this. I talked about you yesterday, and your trip to New York was what I would want my trip to New York to be. Because
Jeanette's the best, dude. Like, she's the best at planning trips, man. She is.
I say this in the best way possible, so please don't take this the wrong way when I say it. You looked like the ultimate tourist. Like, you were doing every touristy thing, and I was like, that's perfect. I would want to go see a Broadway play. I heard your dad talking about the one play. I was like, that sounds fantastic. Like, where everything's messed up and stuff.
Oh, dude, I've been lucky enough. I actually counted. With touring shows on Broadway, shows off Broadway. I've seen about 20 plays, I guess. That one, the play that goes wrong, is the best one I've ever seen. It was so funny. It's off Broadway too, so it's a little bit cheaper. So if you're going to New York, definitely look that one up. It was incredible. It was so funny. It was so funny.
There was that. You got to go to the Garden. For me, whether it was a Rangers or a Knicks game, I would love to do something like that. And then just you had the bagels. I was like, this is the perfect New York trip, man. This is fantastic.
Dude, TikTok, man. Jeanette found all that stuff on TikTok. And so we incorporated them in there. We have a couple of staples that my family always does anyway. So we did those, and then Jeanette found 6 cool things to do. Went to the MoMA, so got to see some Starry Night. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Got to see what's the Dali painting, the one with all the melted clocks. Got to see that one too.
Yeah.
It's a lot smaller than I thought it would be.
I saw the pictures. Yeah, no, it all looked fantastic. Like everything. Did you go to Broadway? I heard you.
Yeah. We
Chicago maybe.
We saw Chicago, which was awesome. We got to meet one of the cast members after the girl who plays Velma. She came out, signed some autographs. That was neat. Evidently, it was like Broadway week or something like that in the city, so you could get like cheap Broadway tickets. So we were able to see 2 Broadway shows, one off Broadway, which is a little cheaper to begin with, but like Lin-Manuel Miranda was like bopping around our hotel, doing meet and greets and stuff. So that was cool.
My favorite, every Disney movie he's ever did is the best music. Like Moana and Encanto, it's like they're just.
He kills it.
The man, yeah, he's incredible. So
yeah.
That's fantastic.
It was awesome, man. It was a great trip. Gained like 5 pounds just eating pizza and sandwiches, But dude, it was the best, man. Like it was a great trip. Shout out to Jeanette. She planned a good one. But yeah, no, I'm telling you guys, if you go up to New York, the play that goes wrong, it was like $60 tickets, which for Broadway is like super cheap.
Yeah.
So and it was I've seen all the staples, man. I've seen Phantom, seen 42nd Street, I've seen Chicago twice now. Like I've got a decent sampling of Broadway, and that was the best Broadway show I've ever seen. It was so funny.
Yeah, I would like to see that. Your dad explaining it really sounded hilarious. So I was like, okay, all right. Well, good for Nick. It's good to have him back. I hate he had to go through such peril this morning to get there, but it is good.
I thought I was going to pull something getting all that snow off my car. But yeah, thankfully
you made it in.
Hey, Nick.
Nick of the North up in here. Just a winter warrior.
That's pretty funny. Steve.
Yes.
Go to your Twitter, Nikki.
I'm here.
Simultaneously go to your Twitter.
Okay.
And Nikki, give me your immediate Cliff Note Scout. Do we have a pronunciation? What are we going to go with?
Sonata Fru.
F-R-U.
I think it's Sananda. I think there's an N in there because I was saying Sonata too because I was thinking of the wrestler Steve.
Fru. Okay. Sananda Fru. Okay.
Sananda Fru. Yeah, that's what I said on my Sports Center. So hopefully I said it right. But yeah, Sananda Fru.
Or Sananda Fru.
Ooh, that's a good. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know what's more German.
I don't know.
We need our German people to.
Okay. Okay, Steve. Describe to the people what you're looking at.
Listen, man. Without question, this dude can get up and down the floor. Okay? Like, and again, I say this to say, like, his name had kind of been floated around that Louisville was looking at him. So I know a few people had already kind of checked him out a little bit. But you're talking about, I mean, first off, let me say this. For people that don't know, Louisville landed this kid this morning.
Yeah, this is the second hour. This is a reset.
Yep. It's a German kid with cornrows that they landed this morning. Yeah, just throw that out there. That'll be here for next season. How about this, Marcus? He's 21 years old right now.
He'll be 22.
He'll be 22 when he gets here. It's a man. You're getting a man. This kid, I look at him. If he was playing high school basketball, Marcus, in the States right now, what would this kid be ranked?
The number 3 center in the country.
Number 3 center? Number 3 player?
Yeah, good
Looking
point.
At this kid?
Yeah, good point.
Throw this kid right now on a high school team in the States. This kid would dominate high school basketball.
That's pretty funny.
I'm not saying he's better than, like, give us this kid right now at Holy Cross and watch us go win the state championship.
just the easy road.
Me? Yeah, like I mean, I say kid. I mean, he's in his 20s. He'll go up and dunk on you. He's not afraid to. He rim runs incredibly. He's got good vision. He loves to be around the basket. He loves to finish around the basket. He's got finesse when he needs it. Give and go.
Extremely high percentage shooting.
Yeah, over 75%. I mean, and you're looking at next season. You're telling me I'm going to have him, James Scott, and Ali Khalifa?
And keep in mind these highlights. You're looking at the crowd of the highlights and the sponsorship level.
In the top league.
Right.
In the top league over there.
Yeah, so you're getting competition.
Number 3 center. Put him in the McDonald's All-American game. I'd love to see it. By the way, him and Michael Brown played together in the Adidas Euro thing, so they already know each other. Now let me be a negative Nancy.
Okay.
Kind of. Any effect on Case and Pryor, you think?
Well, I think you just said it. You said he likes to be around the basket. He likes the rim run. It's not.
So no.
It's not Case and Pryor. He's not really around the basket.
This kid can really play. I mean, Coach Kelsey's putting together.
I like how he has big hands too. Like.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that, Marcus. I know it's gonna sound terrible. He's got a big head. He's got big hands. He's got big eyes. Like, this is a big kid. Like
yeah. He's fully structured. Yeah.
I'll say it right now. This kid will play 1 year here, and he'll be in the NBA.
How many years of eligibility will he have?
4.
He's technically a freshman.
Yes.
Should I mark that?
This is
is that mixtape worthy? Just in case.
This is insane.
Sure.
He's gonna be a freshman.
He's gonna be a freshman.
We got a freshman. Like
21-year-old freshman or 22-year-old, yeah.
22-year-old freshman that's playing pro ball in Germany.
That's 3 point guards he's picked.
Yeah.
He stole the ball from 3 point guards who I'm pretty sure they're American.
Yeah. Now drop him in the American college basketball game. You know, Coach Kelsey had one of these last year at College of Charleston too, right? Conference Player of the Year.
Who Rain?
No. He was the overall. The big man that's still at Charleston.
Oh, that stayed there. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's another big man. No.
Guess what he does, Steve?
I'm listening.
He hangs on the rim on every dunk.
He dunks the ball, dude.
He hangs on the rim on every dunk.
He dunks the basketball, man.
Dang. Look. Pop, now that we got Pops. Nikki, there was a Pops. Yeah, Pop Scott joined the YouTube channel.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he said whatever jokes you have about his kid and his presentation, he's fair game.
Mouth guard, mask,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
If he has a grill, if he has a Hannibal Lecter mask, if he has a LeBron Batman mask, he said he's here for the jokes.
That's awesome.
Which I'm a fan of. But no, look. Go ahead, Nick. Sorry.
No, I don't kill the messenger here. But our guy Mitch Handgun brings up a point. Might lick some of the sprinkles off this donut, but it's worthy of your guys' discussion. Mitch says this is an interesting pickup. I think this unfortunately closes the door on Case and Pryor coming back, however. Can't imagine that Louisville would have 4 guys over 6'10" on their roster. He did work with Andy for a while, so, don't hold that against him.
You going to do this, Steve?
Do you just want to have the conversation again?
Do you want to do this, Steve?
Which one?
This one.
I mean, we can if you want.
Okay, let's start it all the way over, Steve. Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
That was an interesting question you asked me about Case and Pryor.
Yeah.
And and my response to your question about Case and
Do
Pryor.
you think they will affect each other?
Well, considering that this big man kind of likes to be around the basket, and I don't think anybody would accuse Case and Pryor of being a guy who really hangs out around the basket. So they're really like two completely different type of players and everything like that. So it would be an interesting question, but a resounding no because they're different players. They're totally different players.
Okay. Also, Louisville wouldn't have 4 guys over 6'10" on the roster, right? They've got 5 right now. So I think they would be fine.
If you guys mentioned that, I'm sorry. I was watching highlights of him, dude. I got to be honest. I fell down a wormhole watching highlights for 2 seconds.
No.
So yeah, my bad if you guys brought that. If you guys said that verbatim, my bad. I missed that.
Did, but we did it again for you. And yeah, no, I mean, why would Louisville not want 4 6'10" guys on the roster? I mean, right now you have, I mean, Ali Khalif obviously is not playing, so I mean, I guess that's not fair. But you had Case and Pryor, Frank Anselm, James Scott, and Noah Waterman right now. I mean, so like, do you think next year they would be afraid to? Now, I mean, if you want to say maybe I don't see Case and Pryor and Nate Ament. Okay, maybe.
That was another question I was going to bring because Lightsey actually tweeted about that. Said, "What's this do about Nate Ament, if anything?"
Yeah, and it may not do anything. I don't know. I mean, that kid seems to think he's more of a 3. You know, I mean, so I think him and Case and Pryor will affect each other more than this would have anything to do with Case and Pryor. Or Nate Ament.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to do this with emotion, but this is not your mom's, your dad's roster.
You got Alex, by the way.
This is not your old type of roster construction. Like you watch our team, who do we see? We see that's like saying is Javon Hadley and Chucky Hedberg and they're all the same position.
Right.
We got 6 guys at the same position.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Honestly, I don't know. It's like you just see heights, and you're just like, well, that's and to me, I mean, I'm not talking about Nick, but I mean, to me, like nothing's changed. Kaysen and Nate Ament may affect each other.
Yeah, we can have 6 dudes that are the same height, and they all play totally different. That's like saying Noah Waterman.
Yeah.
Would Noah Waterman scare off, I mean, I know he's done, but would Noah Waterman scare off this guy? They're different. They're 6'10", 6'11", they're different.
Yeah. No, so I don't think, but even if it did, like, okay, let's even play the game it did. Do I take the 21-year-old pro or 22-year-old pro who said, yeah, I want to be there? Or do I sit around and wait on the other guy who may not come here at all? You take who you get.
Who you like. You take who you like. If you like them enough, yeah, you don't worry about, the one, you don't say, I'm worried about scaring him off with this.
Yeah.
Because you've already given Nate Ament your sell job. Now, at this point, it would be numbers.
Can you imagine?
It would be. Go ahead.
No, can you imagine Nate Ament or Kaysen Pryor? Like, just let me put it this way: not coming back because Pat Kelsey sat down with them and said, "Hey, I'm going to add another center," and they're like, "Oh, well, then I'm not coming." Well, I mean, it's got nothing to do with you. Yeah, but I mean, why would I want another center on the team? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it has nothing to do with the two. Like, they don't.
And if you started throwing your weight around like that, it's like, you might not be the best fit.
Yeah, you just don't want us to add another center? Can we add a point guard? Like, I don't, where does it stop? You know, like, I don't. Okay, I think people look at height sometimes though, and they they immediately say, well, if this is another big guy, then you can't bring this guy back. And it's like they don't even play in the same world. Like Noah Waterman and Kason Pryor didn't affect each other's minutes. Like they don't even. I mean, Kadir coming back would have affected Kason Pryor more than Noah or James. Like it's just nice though that if we want to go that way, we could play. Like say,
Yeah,
James, Noah.
Yeah,
could play Kason
everybody's complete. Like I said, Traore, Javon Hadley, and Terrence Edwards Jr. We can all put them in the same size chart, but 1,000% different players.
But I mean, the thought of Michael Brown and like Corin Johnson, for instance, and a Kason Pryor and Frew or Ali Khalifa and James Scott. I mean, that'll get you excited. I mean, like since when do we not want height?
I hate. Isn't it height, Steve? Height and big ass D linemen. Those are the two things that can make me feel insecure in sports.
Yeah.
When I don't have, again, blame Kentucky. When I got those bigs in foul trouble and they went and got another one from the bench just to get them out the half or whatever, it broke my spirit. When you don't have that third big to insert as some kind of rim protector or some kind of size around the basket, it'll crush your soul.
Sure.
Yeah. When my defensive line, when I have to go was it third and Grantham?
Steve, turn up a little bit. I'm in your ear.
If I have to go third and Grantham ever again with my life because I don't have 4 dudes that can get to the quarterback ever.
Right. No size. Just like I can't physically do that.
Yeah, I'd rather lose. I'd rather lose with 6'10"ers than just get punished because we got a bunch of all guards.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So, it's still a good conversation to have. I mean, I'm okay with it. It does, I mean, it's the first thought a lot of people go to. I mean, whether you like it or not, I mean, when you get a big pickup, you're like, okay, well, or a surprise pickup, it's like, okay, well, what about the guy I was kind of thinking about? Like, I get that.
I don't think it's the same, Steve. If the numbers are right and the program's right, I don't think
Oh, no, I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Absolutely. And again, when we're talking money, some of these kids may not care if you've got 37 6'10" guys. Am I going to get mine? Okay, I'll be there.
And if they want to win, I'm finna spin.
No.
Who do we have on the line? Sorry about that. Do we still have?
He dropped off.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yep, it's perfect.
Sorry. Yeah. I don't think that will be an issue for either one of those guys. Now, like I said, I do think Kason Pryor and Nate Ament could affect each other. Like, I could see Nate Ament committing to Louisville, and maybe Kason's like, I think I'm going to move on. You got Kenai Roos, you got Nate Ament, I've got these young legs. I'm going to go move on somewhere else. Or vice versa. Kason just making his point. I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. And Nate Ament looking at it and going, maybe I'll go here where they got another opening or, whatever. I'm fine with that. Honestly, either or. I'm good. Like, I trust Coach Kelsey. And what I see Coach Kelsey doing this season, and I see a more talented roster next season, I'm thrilled.
The buy-in that he's gotten out of these guys is like, okay, if he chooses buy-in over talent, I couldn't even argue with him.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You don't trust that man by now? Shoot.
With just the ability to get guys to buy in on this one.
He's going to have a more talented roster next season. Like, we know that basically already. And again, that's no disrespect to the team we have right now. not a ounce of disrespect, but like when you look at, you're already going to have a 5-star point guard. You're going to have, a James Scott's a year older, Kanai's a year older. You're going to have Ali Khalifa and Corin Johnson and Kobe Rogers, and you're going to add, back and healthy, and you're talking about a Kason Pryor or a Nate Min. I mean, now you're adding, we'll say Sananda Fru right now.
Who's the best shooter in the country that we're just going to go buy?
Well, somebody. They need to. And that's the other. Javon Hadley could be back. I mean, that's on the table. I mean, if they do the 5th-year thing, I mean, Rain Smith's on the table.
I have to buy another Rain Smith.
Absolutely. I
tell you what,
I need a shooter.
Let's take a quick commercial break. Last reset of the show on 939 The Ville.
This is Dr. Patel with New Horizons Foot and Ankle. If you're battling foot and ankle pain.
Hey, Steve, if you can turn down just a hair.
I think I can turn.
I can't turn up or down. I just start talking louder when you tell me to.
Steve, about 3 minutes ago, all of a sudden you just like your voice has changed, like you use a different equipment.
Yeah, it got really loud. Well, like
I started talking a lot louder.
Oh, saying it with your chest.
It sounded,
that was literally it. Like I just started yelling, basically.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, it just sounded. It got really clear real quick. But I think you're good right where you are now.
Okay. All right.
Thousands of card fans get life-changing results on their claims, and it would be an honor to work for you too. So if you've been hurt in a car, give us a call at 502-888-8888 or check us out online at themanSam.com. And go Cards!
Okay, raise your hand if you want to make your life a little bit easier. Great. Now raise your other hand if you like to be comfortable. Perfect. Now that you have both hands raised, imagine putting on your shoes. And that, folks, right there is your answer to an easier, more comfortable life. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. This is footwear you don't need your hands to put on. They can be raised in the air, and you can just step it and go. So you ask, how do hands-free Skechers Slip-ins work? Well, it's like they have this invisible built-in shoehorn so your foot slides into place. Then our heel pillow keeps your foot comfy and secure. And slip-ins are for the whole family, men, women, and kids, in all your favorite Skechers styles, from sneakers, casual shoes, and even sandals. Yes, even sandals. So raise your hands in the air and put your shoes on like you just don't care, because you just went hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. Why don't you experience what people can't stop talking about? Life-changing Skechers Slip-ins. Get your Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Hey, cool 2-minute timed coffee break. Ever considered working at Stronghold instead? We make the Earth's strongest industrial storage right here in Louisville, and we're now hiring for both hourly manufacturing and office roles. You'll get competitive weekly pay, 401k, health and dental benefits, bonuses, and the freedom of working with genuinely not awful people in a seriously impressive environment. Okay, enjoy your coffee. Apply at strong-hold.com/careers.
Hey guys, Mark Ennis here. Is your home too cold in the winter, too hot in the summer, or are your energy bills too high? Then it's time to call First Choice Insulation, your local attic and crawl space insulation experts. At First Choice Insulation, they provide top quality insulation solutions to keep your home comfortable year round. First Choice Insulation has worked on projects like Denny Crum Hall and with some of the largest commercial and residential builders in the region. Whether upgrading your attic or insulating your crawl space, they've got you covered with professional service and the best materials. Call First Choice Insulation today for a free consultation. Stop burning dollars to heat and cool your home. Mention ESPN Louisville for $100 off your next project. First Choice Insulation, 502insulation.com.
Looking to elevate your space? KPG Glass has you covered. From custom showers and bathroom glass to windows, doors, and unique custom etching and even printed glass, KPG brings your vision to life. Need something bigger? KPG specializes in large commercial construction and renovation. KPG glass work to the Keeper Center and the baseball team's locker room renovation. Look up their portfolio on kpgglass.com. That's kpgglass.com.
There's never been a better time to shop and save for your appliances, so come and visit us today at Chenoweth Appliances. Chenoweth Appliances carries GE refrigerators, GE washers, and GE dryers at the best prices in Kentuckiana. Take advantage of huge savings and rebates all month long. Don't pay more than you have to, so if you're building or remodeling or one of your appliances is seeing better days, come in and find what you need. Locally owned Chenoweth on Taylorsville Road in J-Town or ChenowethAppliances.com. If you can't get it anywhere else, get it at Chenoweth.
Looking for the most romantic gift for the one you love this Valentine's? At Genesis Diamonds,
Nikki
celebrating
there?
love is what we do. Hi, this is Eddie Edmoni, VP at Genesis. Maybe it's a simple pendant, or maybe it's an exquisite one-of-a-kind designer
Nikki,
ring.
what are you
Genesis
going to
can
give
help
up?
you pick out the most memorable
What are you
and
going to
special
give
piece
up
of jewelry.
to
And to make it even sweeter,
drop the extra
now
$5
till
you picked up?
Valentine's, whether you spend
I was just talking about it with Steve, and we're jumping off the carbs.
Genesis will give you a box of chocolates, a dozen roses
Oh
from
man,
Louisville's
I don't
best,
know. That's a
Lloyd's
good question.
Florist,
I
and
was
a dinner
gonna hop
certificate
back
for
on the
Hermel
Ozempic
from
and
the
hopefully
premier
just
French
take it from
restaurant
there.
Brasserie
But
Provence.
I think
So
that's
join us
what
at
I'm gonna have to
Genesis
do. I'm
Diamonds,
gonna have to give up the
spectacular
food drops
collections
again
of rings,
and
earrings,
make
pendants,
when I do that,
bracelets,
the
and
weight will
Swiss
just come
timepieces.
off.
Let our
Just gotta go
non-commission
back to
experts
meal
help you
prepping.
find the
It'll
perfect
melt
gift
off.
that will warm their hearts
Look,
and for
look,
years to
I-
come be
I-
a symbol
Ozempic
of
and
your
meal
love.
prep.
Happy
Yeah,
Valentine's
I started
Day
with the
from Genesis
no
Diamonds,
fast
Jeremy
food, no
Riviera
eating
Plaza,
out.
limited
And
quantity.
I'm
See
like,
store
I
for
just got
details.
to get out of the car.
Hey,
for
Cards fans, do you or a
Yeah.
loved one
No,
suffer
seriously,
from
that's
gout?
like
Gout is a very
that's like
painful
80%
form of arthritis that can also lead
That's-
to
that's
kidney
what-
and heart
like,
disease.
we make everything
I
with
bet you didn't know
cauliflower
there's
rice
now
and
a
shit.
gout
and,
center of
like,
excellence right here
lots
in
of
Louisville.
protein. And,
They use the
yeah,
most
you're-
up-to-date clinical guidelines.
That's what I
and
did
FDA-approved
the first
treatments
go
to
around.
get you
And when I
relief
dropped like
fast.
the 20
If
or
you have
whatever,
Wait, the
be
Ozempic
sure to
and-
call
You talking
the
about the
Gout Center
Vitality? Oh
of
no,
Excellence
okay. The
at
other
502-719-2472
no, Vitality was
or
like,
visit them online at ralouisville.com.
that was nuts.
And be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
Like, I live too busy a life to be. And I don't even live that busy.
Steve Rummage here.
But, I mean,
You've probably
like,
heard
just
all
working
about
in
the new
restaurant,
regulations
man.
that have hit the real estate market, making the process more complex than ever. And if you're not working with the right real estate agent professional, you could find yourself out of bounds fast.
coming back
That's why
in-
it's more important than ever to work with someone who is proving their expertise. Like my good friend Josh Jarbo. Josh was recently inducted into the RE/MAX Hall of Fame and named one of Louisville's 40 under 40. This guy knows the game inside and out. Josh and the team at RE/MAX Empire are the seasoned pros you want on your side. They know how to navigate the market, make the right calls, and get you the best deal every time. So don't let a cut rate agent make a rookie mistake and fumble your financial future. Whether you're buying, selling, or just need some mortgage advice, these are the folks you want in your corner. So here's the play. Call Josh Jarbo, 502-216-7590, or check him out online at joshjarbo.remaxempireky.com. And here's a special offer just for you guys. Mention you heard it right here on 93.9 The Ville, and you're going to receive up to a $5,000 seller's credit. I'll leave you with this. Top-notch service might seem expensive, but poor service can cost you a fortune. Don't settle for less than the best.
Josh Jarbo, principal broker owner of RE/MAX Empire and co-founder of Modern Mortgage A to Z, NMLS number 2256125. Each office is independently owned and operated. Modern Mortgage A to Z is an equal house lender.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
Miss anything from your favorite show? Head over to the Alex R. White Sue Distracted Driver Podcast Center on ESPNLouisville.com.
Estimates. And of course, they'll work with your insurance. That also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-219-7600. 7964 today. So, Steve.
All right. Yes, sir.
Is it going to be your evening full of deep dive into Frew? Or are you going to be the Steve that I hate and go, well, who's next? Well, who's next?
Yeah.
He's already committed. Who's next?
Yeah. Well, that was fun. So move on to the next class. No, I actually tonight there's a lot of ball on. I'll probably we're coming up on March, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting time to, I'm gonna be watching ball tonight. It's kind of seeing around. You get some of these hypothetical matchups now, and you're like, let me see what that team's got. Can I beat that team? Just like, even though the bracketology matchups don't mean a ton, but it's like, you still just like to, even like, you may be a 7, but you don't know if you're playing Texas and Florida or whatever, but it gives you a little bit of a tangible, just, okay, well, let me check those teams out.
Auburn gets upset by Vanderbilt tonight.
Oh, it's only 8.5, I think. And Vandy's beat Kentucky and Tennessee at home. So, probably not, but it's not.
Tennessee's at Kentucky tonight?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, there's some good games.
Interesting.
Indiana's in Michigan State tonight. There's a few other good games.
Alabama, Texas tonight?
Yeah, it's a nice slate, man.
Mm-mm.
It's a nice college basketball.
UConn, Creighton?
Yep.
All right, you want to give any shout-outs?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be sitting back watching some ball, and I'll have, probably get me a workout in before then and have plenty of energy to do it. Thanks to my friends over at Tri-State Men's Health. Just been such a big help for me going into this year and being able to, talked with Marcus, and we giving up a few things ourselves on the side, and man, it's been a lot easier to do some things like that since I've been over there with my friends at Tri-State. And whatever it is, man, like I said, for me it was energy and weight loss, and if that's for you, maybe things just aren't coming as easy as they used to workout wise. It's a new year, you're like, I'm gonna drop a 20 spot, at the new year like I usually do. And you're like, it's not happening this time. Well, get over there and check them out, man. Look, go to tristatemenshealth.com, take their low T quiz. It's 10 questions, take you about 2 minutes, yes or no answers. And if any of that applies to you, you may be, that may be the issue. So go check them out. One of their great locations in Louisville, in Northern Kentucky, in Cincinnati or Columbus. And get on one of those things, man, whether it's the semaglutide or the tirzepatide or, any of those things, man, and or just even the testosterone, which can be that's been just such a massive help for me. I sleep better. I have more energy during the day, just all the little things, man. And make sure you tell them that you heard about them right here on 93.9 The Ville.
What you got lined up, Nikki?
Let's see. Pops is in. We got sorry, I had to get my mic on there. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Dan Bonner is going to join us at 1:30, ACC analyst. We got that going. CL Brown, I think, is going to hop on as well. And I struck out with a lot of guests today, but I was able to get a couple. So, we have.
Is Pops going to Raleigh tomorrow?
I believe so. Yeah, that's the
Okay.
plan. Knockwood. Yeah, hopefully. So,
Okay.
Yeah, Pops will be on the call of that one, and so we'll talk a little basketball, get his thoughts on. He's not much of a recruiting guy, you know that, but we can talk about this Sanando Frew guy a little bit. So I'm trying to get Paulie B on to talk about that, or Fran Fraschilla. I wasn't sure which Italian would be better, because Fran is kind of like the European guy, but Paulie B is the recruiting director. So we're gonna try to get them on in the coming days. So.
Okay, but we'll go ahead and send us out of here. Just give an extra little shout out, an extra big shout out for one of our realtor extraordinaire, Derek A. Stewart, for all your home buying and selling needs. He's a guy from the community, support the community, Derek A. Stewart. You can give him a call, 502-314-9868. As always, 8150-939 is always the number. 3831-939 is always the text line. The YouTube channel is made for the Ville. But that's Marcus Raymond, 99 The Ville.
Sports.